for this, within this lesson. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Advanced meditation class, the real title is Compendium of Meditation Subjects. There is two parts within this chapter, Compendium of Calm and Compendium of Insight. All right. Well, in Compendium of Calm, there is a 3 subtopic, which is the 40 meditation subjects. Okay. As you remember, we try to recall what meditation subjects we have studied before. Can you remember? Can you try to recall? Akzuba, remember? Akzuba means fullness contemplation, the different stages of decay of the body. Okay. Then what else? Recollection. Then recollection, remember? Recollection, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Then we recollection of the 32 part of the body, the breathing, recollection to the dana, something like that. All right. Then remember, we put one big circle in color. Kasina, yes. Kasina means totality. Okay. Since after, if let's say we can let the image appear in our mind, we will try to make it larger. We'll enlarge it. All right. One more, we use human being as a subject. Where is it? Well, the method you are going to learn coming soon in Sabah. Metta Bhavana. Yes, okay. I think maybe you have to go deep a little bit Metta Bhavana before you go to Sabah, so that you prepare yourself. At least you know some theory, you understand the theory. Maybe today I will try to explain more a little bit so that before you go to Sabah, you're more ready theoretically before that. All right. Okay. So there's a few meditation subjects we have gone through. Okay. Okay. Then well, I think now we just see where do we stop. Yes, 5 types of mastery. Before the 5 types of mastery, we talk about the attainment of the jhana. Okay, you remember that. Okay, attaining the jhana there is a 5 types of the mastery: attaining, resolution, emergency, and rebuilding. Okay, we have already discussed before that. Once we talk about attainment, meaning to say that you can attain the jhana wherever you want, and whenever you want, and wherever you want. Okay, resolution means when you determine how long you want to stay in jhana, it will come true. Emergency means you come out from the jhana. Okay, reviewing, you try to review. Okay, review and everything. I don't want to explain much regard, but emergency, attaining, and resolution is more important for us. Okay, well, among of them, emergency is the easiest one because we used to emerge. We are always waiting to emerge from the jhana because not easy to stay in the meditation. So the easiest one is the emergency. Emergency. Okay. Well, by practicing qigong, I think most of you start to feel this all this. Since how long you want to stay in qigong? Once this time you try to determine. You tell yourself, I want to emerge from the qigong about 6. Then you try. Usually, once you open your eye, you check the clock whether you got the emergency or not. Okay, just try it. Okay. Then from here we talk about the 5 types of the mastery. Okay. So the explanation we discussed just now. Okay. Now we go to the immaterial attainment. We stop here, right? Yes. Okay. We haven't here on. Which one? We finished, isn't it? Then we draw everything already. Finish. Okay. So we start from 19. Okay, the immaterial attainment. Okay. Okay. Supposed to be 11. We have story to listen. See any all the Bing Ma Yong, likely a dream. Go into her dream. Cause her back dream. Okay. Please write it up. Okay. Next one. Okay. Okay, we highlight the point. Oh, Elena, just now we are cursing you. Yeah. Yeah. You hope that see all the things you go to your dreams, so they have a bad dream. You want to get really, yeah. Not all become ghosts. Elena, join our party to find the teaching, the king of the king. Oh, good. We discuss it later. Actually, the place really got lost because some tour guide mentioned to us that we see so many soldiers fighting. Once they go there, no soldier, we got soldier. Oh, they got this kind of story. We don't know real or not real sometimes the tour guide will spread some rumors to create some topic so they're more attractive, right? Some good story. Anger. Oh. Me too, I remember. Walk too much, right?
15,000 steps one day.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I have enough of China for a while.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you are cursing China now?
I don't curse.
Oh, we cursing you, cursing China. Oh. Oh, yeah. Just forget the wound first. When you totally forget, then go again. Just forget the drama. Yeah, today we will finish the class early. Then we will have a tea session and listen your ghost story. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now we talk about immaterial attainment. Let's take a look at the definition of immaterial. It shows what? Immaterial shows what? Yeah, no material, right? If no material means what? Means just the spirit. Yes, immaterial doesn't mean nothing. It means without material, but there's still some spirit. Because for one human being, usually we are consist of 5 aggregates, which is material and also the spirit. For immaterial meaning to say that they don't have any other physical form. Maybe you're curious, you get a place, where do they stay? Maybe if you want to understand from science that talk about there's the 5th dimension, 2nd dimension, 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, 5th dimension, you can understand in such a manner. For example, animals stays with our same dimension, so we can see them. But the hungry ghosts, they stay in different dimensions, so we don't see them unless they want to let us to see them. Deva, the heavenly beings, and also the Deva in immaterial attainments, they are in the different dimension, but they can't let us see unless you attain the same spiritual level as them. Then you can see them. So some people, they meditate, they say, oh, I saw the Deva, you know whether right or not. Sometimes it is right, because your mental state if reach same level as them, then you are able to see it. Okay, you get the point. Well, immaterial attainment is very famous. The reason is Shakyamuni, before enlightenment, he encountered two teachers, the top meditator in India at that time. So these two people, they are very expert in immaterial attainment, which is higher than first, second, third, fourth jhana, better than that. If we talk about the level, the quality, actually the immaterial attainment higher than fourth jhana. Okay, but it is too good in samadhi until you cannot do the vipassana. So in Buddhism, usually generally we discourage you stay long in immaterial attainment. We discourage you stay too long, because you stay there too long, you feel to do vipassana. So what point to be staying there? But don't worry, our problem is not whether we will stay too long. The problem is whether we can attain or not. This is our problem. Even we sit long, we feel pain, that pain. So our problem is, and please don't worry, we will accidentally attain. No, it won't. There must be some skills involved. Let's take a look at the skills. You see, in order to go to the first one, is the first immaterial attainment, which you have to contemplate the space that remains as infinite. We studied 40 meditation subjects before. Some helps in attaining the immaterial jhana, but not all. For example, anapanasati. Anapanasati cannot become a basic for us to further to immaterial attainment. But kasina, yes. What's the reason? The reason is once the people they have success with the kasina, for example, this is the blue circle. Okay, once you manage to contemplate it, you have to enlarge it. Once you enlarge the blue circle, you will find that actually the blue circle consists of a lot of kalapa. Kalapa means the material which has been segregated to the finest point, very, very small one. You will notice that among all the kalapa, there is some space between the kalapa. Then we will, using the space, we will enlarge the space. When we enlarge the space, we will go to the first immaterial attainment. So this is the skill. In order to achieve this immaterial attainment, you must be success in kasina. In the first place. Okay. Okay. They say when one does the preliminary work by contemplating the first immaterial spirit consciousness as infinite, one enters the second immaterial attainment. See, then if you get the first one, you are ready to the second one. How to do that? They say the absence of the first immaterial sphere consciousness, this is nothing. Meaning to say that after you enter the first immaterial sphere, then you have to keep on from here. You have to empty the previous empty before. You understand? You have to empty the previous empty before. You see the first empty, how do we get it? We get the first empty to see the true observer, the space between two kalapa, just how we mentioned, right? So this is the first empty, we stay there. But this empty, you have to empty it in order to get the second one. Understand? You don't understand, right? Okay, you look at like philosopher, right? But this is the more easiest way to explain. Okay, well, believe me, if you don't understand, it's normal. Generally, this part is the most difficult part because we hardly imagine. It's just like a physics. Sometimes quite tough to imagine. Like the quantum physics, all these things. How can we imagine one thing microscopically described? This is the same way. We describe the thing microscopically. You feel happy, but through meditation, you have to experience it through meditation. Remember here, Buddhism, the class of Buddhism, we are more deem it like a science subject. Science subject means that something you can repeat it. Everybody repeat the same thing with the same procedure, and there's some rules and regulations behind it. We will discover it. Everybody experience it. This is the way we treat our Dharma subject. I'm not that. Compare academic study with the practical. I prefer you all go to the practical meditation more, but must be equipped yourself with the basic doctrine. Okay. So let's take a look. Then you said this is nothing. You end with the third immaterial attainment. Okay. All right. Then one does the preliminary work by contemplating the third immaterial attainment. This is the peace. This is sublime. Then you enter to the fourth immaterial attainment. In the simple way that in order to go to the fourth immaterial attainment, you have to empty the previous one again. The previous one again. Let's take a look. Actually, there's a special name for all. Well, the name is not here. Okay. But anyway, do you remember that in the first lesson, I let you see a video clip where Shakyamuni go to visit two teachers. Remember the video clip? One master is sucked into the water, right? Into the water, then he come out. Then the last teacher even doesn't talk to Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni have to meditate and go in the meditative state in order to be taught by him. Remember? So this is only the best. That the best teacher will unfold when the good students are ready. Always remember that. If you are ready, your teacher will be appeared. Sometimes people always grumble, why I never met a good teacher before. But if you are not ready, even the good teacher appears in front of you, you will miss it. You don't know. You can't judge that it is a good teacher. So everybody just ready for yourself. There will be more better. There will be more teacher which is waiting for you and better than me. I'm just primary school teacher only. Okay. So just wait and see. Okay. And you don't look down for yourself. Some people very good. Your past life karma is quite good. The way I see progress in the achievement, I know already. So you have to really appreciate your precept. Appreciate that the thing is difficult. So you can keep on hard working on it. Okay. Let's continue. Then we go to the other meditation subjects. Okay, please spread it out with the other. Okay. Not much point here. Okay. We go to the direct knowledge. All right. Okay, please spread it out. Having emerged. Okay, guide. Please continue to be a guide. Having emerged. Okay. Okay. Now, we stop here a little bit. We look for Pali words. Pali words. Not that good. The translation not that good. Okay. This was better. Sanskrit. Please write down Sanskrit. Abhyana. Abhyana. Class, during the reading, during our reading, do you realize that we are talking about supernatural power, which means that clairvoyance, ability to read people's mind, divine. Do you realize that we are talking about all this? Actually, this is quite normal part in Buddhism. It is very attractive, actually. And sometimes this is a taboo. I don't know whether I pronounced right or not. Means that the topic we refrain from discussing about it. Taboo, right, Elena? Taboo, yeah, it's a taboo. So what's the reason is, firstly, actually, psychic is something so interesting. The reason is, when you can perform things literally, usually people can get satisfaction. Sure, you can see what people, you can listen what people hear. Okay, you want to see, no matter how far, even what Deva do, or you want to listen how the hell scream, you all can see it. No matter how small the insect, even they're walking, you can hear. Then you can check your past life. You can check what is your relationship in the past life, and what is your future life, where will you go. Sounds interesting? Yes, this is the reason why people easy to indulge in psychic. Generally, the good meditator, what we worry is overindulging in psychic, especially if we have the inborn talent to the psychic. Some people got inborn talent. During meditation or during sleeping, they will get some idea. But I see the number already. Tomorrow, really, the four number will come true. The 4-digit number will come true. So this is so-called psychic. But why it become a taboo? The reason is that overindulging inside this, it will make you cannot progress. Psychic way is very different with enlightenment. Once people keep on want to go to see how they were life, how they were eat, and keep on to check people's past life, these people's future life, you don't do the Vipasana already. And throughout the process, people will create the ego. They will feel more proud. You see, I can check you all. See, I even meditate, I can fly out myself. This is the problem why it become a taboo. Because people, once they go in, they don't want to come out already. So interesting. They can see, you know how beautiful in the Deva. the palace in the Dewa, how beautiful. Once we go to Xi'an, maybe we go to the Forbidden City in Beijing, or we will say, how beautiful. Have you heard about it? The Forbidden City, the architecture of the Forbidden City may be copied from the Dewa. The Dewa Realm, Forbidden City, Jing Jue Shan. We heard that how some people in the dream, the architect dream to the Dewa, then they see the architecture, they copy it out. Have you ever heard about it? Not really, right? Something is so wonderful, it's out of imagination, which is inconceivable. Sometimes the idea is from somewhere, maybe in the Dewa. We don't know. Could be, you see. So it makes us, as a Buddhist, must be very careful, especially you have the talent for the psychic. What we advise that please put it aside. Don't busybody do all this. Just finish the Vipasana. Once you finish the Vipasana, then you can develop the psychic as a bodhisattva skills helping people. You see, if you want to act as bodhisattva, you can't read people's mind, you can't check people's past life. How can you become a good teacher, right? Bodhisattva must equip themselves with the psychic, but must be silently and in a low profile. Well, actually I met some people, they do have psychic, but they tell me the suffering more than happiness. How can you be happy if one day you can read people's mind, everybody, the mind badly commending you? How can you be happy? Then you open your divine ear, your house people start grumbling over you, or your wife start grumbling you, your son also grumbling over you. You just listen to all this sort of stuff. How can you become happy?
Listening to the people what they need or
no, you have to use some skills. Okay, for example, now, if let's say, once I know the skills of the divine ear, I want to test now. Okay, I will open my divine ear and I will tune the destination. For example, my house. Now it's a 235. If 235, coincidentally, my family just talk about the bad about me, so I will hear all the bad. If they talk about the good, I hear all about the good. So this is how we do that. You get the point? You will just, exactly get the information which is exactly happened. It won't be exaggerated. Okay, so you get the point. So this is so-called psychic. So he mentioned to me that the suffering more than happiness. Better than better ignorant. What point? If let's say you stay with somebody who can read your mind, it is very scary. You want to keep distance, right? Because sometimes we want some privacy, right? Sometimes maybe we got some naughty thinking. We will allow ourselves sometimes naughty a little bit, but the people can read your mind. You don't have to stay really, right? See, so that is the way. If let's say one day you say all of you can meditate well, if the ability come out, this is the confidential. Just like the amount your bank account, don't simply disclose. Just tell your teacher or colleague who with the same level. You just tell this. Don't expose yourself. If you expose people, you got psychic. Just expose people that how much money you have. Very dangerous. You will attract so many unnecessary disturbance to your life. So get the point. So remember, so that's why you see the master go to visit in Bukit Mendaja. I think he got the ability, but at the same time he also in trouble sometimes. Maybe a lot of gossip, a lot of this and that, also a lot of trouble, you see. Because you want to make yourself known so that you can help people, but at the same time, also a lot of people negative comment. Also, you will attract the negative comment at the same time. So I mean, it doesn't matter negative comment, but are you ready or not to take all the negative comments in helping people? Are you ready or not? If you're not ready, you better just keep quiet. Lu Tai Chan is an example. You see, so many people bombard, you see, because it's very controversial. Because the psychic you use very hard to prove. Except I and you, both of us got psychic. Then I know that you got your psychic is a real psychic. Okay, your psychic is whether it's a real or your psychic is from external power is another question. And majority they don't have the psychic and they don't believe you. They just keep on a lot of deformation. For you, it's a deformation, but for them, they don't have the ability to see you. They say, "Oh, you are a cheater, you are swindler," something like that. See, a lot of trouble. This is the reason why the person who has psychic usually keep profile. Just solve the problem personally. They don't go to the public. You just create trouble for yourself at the public. Get the point? Okay. So let's take a look. Yes. And start to training the jhana. Yes. Training the psychic. Yes. Must be the fifth jhana. It's not under the fifth jhana. It's a different category. Psychic is attainable through below method. First inborn. Okay, maybe your past life is a deva. Maybe your past life you meditate very well. Hopefully. Secondly, for example, if your past life you are the witch, you are pronounced the witch. Okay. Because I got some friends and they are witch before, so this life the inborn got the psychic. Okay. Thirdly, your body is very sensitive. You have potential to become a trance. Then you get the psychic through external power. Which means that there's some external force. It can be ghosts, it can be deva. They come to your body. They give you some psychic. Then fourth, through mantra, manipulation of mantra. Sometimes mantra represent the name of the ghost, dragon, all this. We have so many mantras. If let's say your samadhi is good and your body is sensitive, you can communicate with all this. By using mantra, you can also develop mantra. Then some more is if you young all this type of stuff, you also can develop the psychic, but you have to fit them. How do we say in English, the demon, fox demon, all this. You can breed them. You can breed them. Or some we talk about like the banana. Sometimes the ghosts stay in the banana long time. They just tap the energy from the sun, from the moon. They can demonize themselves. They become a demon. You see, if you can breed them, you can give them, feed them, then you can use them. Why you look so interesting among all the class? Well, it is good. You ask me better, you ask others. Because I give you the proper view regards all these things. You see, it's very important, I let you have the proper way to see it. Okay? So this is the exceptional which the psychic is developed not through the fifth jhana. After you know all this in the market, whoever performs the psychic, you have basically to judge them already. Since you got the knowledge, you don't have the knowledge, you are ignorant, you can differentiate whether it's by themselves or by the ghost or how is it, you can't understand. Okay? So this is necessary also how to understand all this. Okay, let's continue. The direct knowledge of fivefold. First, please spread it out. Supernormal power. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, direct knowledge are fivefold. Okay, the first is supernormal power. First one is display multiple form of one's body. Yes, in the simple way, psychic means the manipulation of the space and time. A person who attained the jhanas, meaning to say that you already go in a dimension which is without time and without space. By performing certain skills, all direct knowledge will be unfolded. For example, now we all go to the jhana. All right. Now we want to perform the supernormal power. Since we are in the spaceless and timeless dimension, at that time you think about, please, how to say, please display me in 1,000 times. 1,000 of me, please appear. You will appear. Because you already manipulate the time and the space. Or you mentioned that, please let me appear in America. Immediately you will appear in America. The reason is no time and no space once you are in the jhana. But the skills, but the jhana, you must be strong enough in order to perform. Firstly. Secondly, you must be skillful. A lot of detail actually is available in Visuddhimagga. Okay? I just roughly talk about this. If you are so interesting about it, maybe one day we can have the class of Visuddhimagga. A lot of details inside that. Okay, I just roughly talked about this. You see, pass through wall unhindered. So he can pass through the wall. Usually psychic. Maybe you ask a question, can I just learn one psychic? It is enough. Well, it is not enough. For example, one day you want to fly over the sky. Okay, so this is the psychic of supernormal power. But you must have a clairvoyance because you have to check. For example, from here you want to fly to America, but you don't know whether some demon will create some mountain to block you or not. So you must be able. So before you fly, you must check first. Any demon will create mountain to block you. Second, don't expose yourself. Make sure that you are landed without notice of everybody. So you must be able to hear whether people or not. Meaning to say that you must have at least one, two, or above psychic to make your psychic more complete. If let's say you go to check out, so you just let people see you fly over here and fly over there, then people will gossip, you start gossiping, you know. Oh, why we want to show off? The reason is, if as a Buddhist, you show it off, then the other caste also can perform all the psychic. So how do I know whether you are the real one or not the real one? Whether you are the Buddhist or not the Buddhist? If you use the psychic to be attractive, so the people who come, they come out of psychic, but if they come not out of learning the dharma, end up everybody comes for the psychic. Everybody here just perform. Maybe they walk on the water. Maybe they how to say they spit off some fire. What's the meaning behind this? What's the meaning behind this? I remember there's some Hindu Swami, Indian monk, you know. They go everywhere to visit. He wants to see how people do the psychic. Okay. So he was once to discover one monk, 10 years Hindu monk, Hindu Swami. He managed to spit out the fire from the mouth. Okay. Then he come to the monk, the sadhu. The sadhu means the monk in Hinduism. He said, "Can you perform to me?" So the sadhu performed. The fire come out of the mouth. Okay. Then the Swami is very clever. He said, "May I know how long you spend to learn this one psychic?" He said, I spent 10 years so that the fire can spit out of my mouth. He said, "That's the case. Why you don't use a lighter?" I said, "Immediately you can settle the problem already." You understand what I mean? Yeah. Or what purpose you let the fire spit out of your mouth? For cooking? If for cooking, why you don't just use a lighter? Solve a problem? That's the case. Learning psychic, you have to know the purpose behind. You spend 10 years to do something which I can just use modern technologies, just a click and settle. What for you want to learn this kind of psychic? I get the point. You get the point. So this is something you can explore further. And then earn the money. You want to earn the money, you better go to run the business. Why go to perform this? They will got people just sue by got the court case, you know that. Okay, because this is not the real one. They will confuse the magic. Psychic is the real one. Okay. Then take a look. You can walk on the water, can travel through the air, touch and stroke the sun and moon. Well, so far there's only one who can touch the sun is the Moggallana. Moggallana is the top psychic among the Buddhist disciples. Moggallana, psychic number one. He's the only one who get the complimentary from Shakyamuni Buddha by performing psychic. The rest, whoever performing psychic, just scolded by Shakyamuni. Just Moggallana. Because Moggallana can perform the psychic in the right time and the right place. The rest, they don't. Do you want to get a spelling of Moggallana? No need lah. You know lah. Okay. Irina refuses to say because I heard about him already, right? No, you must have the knowledge. Sometimes discussing is no harm. We are at the discussing level. You must get the knowledge, properly understand it. Okay. So this is the Moggallana. Okay. Then he said the exercise mastery over the body as far as the Brahma works. Mastery over the body means what? You can make your body, you can enlarge it as big as possible. You can make yourself so big, and can make yourself so small. Something like a Superman, I think. Something like a Superman, I think even better than Superman. Okay. So this is the first one. Second is the divine ear. Let's take a look. Hear subtle and the coarse sound, both far and near. Okay. How do you develop the psychic? According to Visuddhimagga, this is the way. For example, after you attain the fifth jhana, okay, now you start to develop the psychic. For example, divine of hear. According to the Visuddhimagga, in the beginning you try to hear. Okay, when you come out from a jhana, you hint yourself that okay, I want to develop my divine ear. You try to hear the sound just around the boundary, maybe just within 1 km here only. No, within maybe 100 meters. So you see, maybe within the room, okay, we hear the sound of the fan, all right, through fan, we hear the sound of aircon. Okay, this is very normal, right? Okay, but you will go further. Okay, you further hear that if let's say there's some ant crawling, you must be able to hear how the ant crawling. Ants, you can hear. Then you can further request yourself. If let's say you can make it, you want to hear the flow of your blood. The flow of your blood. It's very subtle, right? But you must be able to hear it. So this is how you develop the area you confine yourself with. Then 1 km, whatever sound, you must be able to hear. So you have to make your jhana, you have to enlarge the area covered the 1 km. Then your divine ears able to cover the whole area and just get all the sounds from there. Just like some, there's a fast project in China. Have you ever heard about that? This really is the divine ear. Fast. Yes. This one. I mentioned it before, right? Yes. Okay. Well, you can hear the sound, which is maybe 5 times 10, the power of maybe 100 zero so far over km. You can collect the sound. So the divine ear, like this instrument, you can hear very, very far, very, very subtle. Maybe you want to check whether there's some alien there. You can hear the sound from there. But the problem is, what point you want to hear all this first? I think you'll be very lonely because you see strong ability. Who can talk to you? People say, maybe you've got some schizophrenia, you have to go to look for the doctor, mental talk. Sometimes they are very suffer. They suffer due to lonely. No people to talk. No people want to believe you. See or not? So this is something like a divine ear. Okay, you can explore it. But how to make it more scientifically? Yes, you can do it in the scientific way. For example, okay, your mother in your house now. Okay, now it's 2:55. Okay, you start to open your divine ear. You hear, and then you call back. What do you talk, mother, just now? He mentioned to you. Then if it is accurate, meaning to say that you are correct. Then you experiment maybe 10 times. Then you call Ang. You can talk bad about me, right? No, you describe me like something like the demon, right? You say, oh, this is correct. So second time correct. If 10 times you can get 7 or 8 times correct, meaning to say your scientific is quite accurate already. Get the point? So everything according to Abhidhammatasangha is done scientifically and systematically. No, you cannot bluff one because all this they will check you in a strict way. Okay, if you vow to learn now, then we go to the knowledge of other minds, ability to read the thoughts of others. This one very scary, right? Can read people's mind. Okay. Well, we discourage you to learn scientific. But if you learn Vipassana in the first place, it's better. The reason is, if let's say you learn the Vipassana means what? Means that you are able to analyze whatever information comes to your mind. You can just segregate it. You can just, just scrutinize it. You see, if let's say, I said that you are very, you are as thin as the bamboo, not bad enough. You can say you are as thick, you are like a pig, something like that. For us, we feel humiliated, then we feel angry, right? But let's say the information come, okay, you are like a pig. The person who who practice Vipassana before, they can analyze it. They will notice that actually this is the way for me. Just like a scientific instrument, they will analyze it as a way for me. If let's say you hear you are like a pig, just for you it's just like a way for me. Usually you will angry because it's a way for me. The person who learn the Vipassana, they're able to see, hear, feel everything as a way. They can analyze everything, go to the most subtle way. By knowing Vipassana, you will be, you will become all the time. Then you learn the psychic. Whatever information from psychic come, whether it's humiliation or whatever, you wouldn't be so angry. I think if let's say I let you see the people in the hell, they're very terrible. If you're not ready, I think you will get scared. In hell or hungry ghosts, they're very ugly, so bloody. I don't know how to describe. Very, very horrible. So you must be ready before you go to see all this kind of stuff. Or you better don't go to see all this. So Sally, are you ready to see all this or not? You read the book? No. Dream and go to hell before, something like that. You want to try yourself? I just read the book lah. 18 level lah, in the hell lah. Let's take a look. Recollection of the past life, ability to know one past birth and discover various details. Yes, okay, you can check your past life who you are, but in the concept way. What does it mean concept way? Meaning to say that you will know in a past life whether you are a man, you are a woman, you are king, you are a beggar, you are rich, you are not rich. This all we so-called concept, which is conventional truth. It is not ultimate truth. Sometimes it is useful to check the past life, let's say, because of drama. I encountered one case in Taiwan. Okay, the guy ran business with a partner, and the partner gone with money, $1 million. So the guy cannot sleep and got high blood pressure and cannot sleep for many nights. He looked for remedy. He looked for therapy, psychotherapy. Well, the psychotherapy hypnotized him to go to check his past life. In the past life, he saw himself again, and he saw his friend. Both are running business together. But in the past life, he ran out of money. He ran out of money from his partner, and of course, the goal is the measurement at that time. But he noticed how much gold he ran. He do the calculation exactly $1 million. Exactly 1 million. So after the hypnotizer, he forgives his friend because actually his friends just get a fair deal with him. See, sometimes I think it is meaningful if you do so. Some people I think they cannot sleep. Recently, still some cases, some old folk people, they have been cheated the money, $1 million, or some just cry. I think maybe they will get the depression unless some people can let them to see the truth, maybe over the past life or whatever. I don't think they can. I think probably they will get depression. Whole life wealth is there. Okay, but just don't go to try to simply check. There's one case, one lady, they simply go to check the past life. They especially discovered that the present life father raped her before the past life. Not that good, not good. So at this life, let's say you cannot, how to say, you cannot let go. Then you always will blame that, no wonder you treat me so well. In the past life, you do this kind of thing to me. Not good. If that's the case, why go to check this kind of thing? Better you're ignoring this fact. Okay? But of course, in Abhidhammatasangha, we always will say that, we contemplate everybody is my mother, everybody is my son, so to correct the compassion. But just the imagination, not really go to check. So remember, if you got the ability, suddenly you develop, don't go to purposely check, and then busybody go to check others. If you go to check people's past life, go to check people's energy, it's just like you go to people's house and see check people's drawer, check people's fridge. It is very unpleasant. People can feel that. They can feel that. Because I deal with this type of people quite some, I deal with quite some this type of people. I thought previously I'm also ignorant. So to check what happened in the day. I was also very curious, but later on I know not cannot do so. Every people got privacy. They can feel why you go to check me. They can blame you back. Also, I mean not verbally. Also use my method just to blame you. Why you go to check? Why you believe it? Okay. Then lastly is the divine eye is the capacity of clairvoyance. Clairvoyance see the heaven, earthly events. So this is the so-called Tinyan. Okay, opening the divine eyes. So by opening the divine eyes, you can see the thing as small as the microorganism, and you can see no matter how far from the universe, you will be able to see that. According to Shakyamuni Buddha rules, he banned the disciple who have the ability of clairvoyance to check the water before drinking it. 1,000 years ago, there's a lot of microorganisms within the water. They don't have any filtration system. If you go to check, you cannot drink already. All the small worm inside. So in the sutta, we hear that Buddha using the clairvoyance see the water, that he surprisingly discovered that there's so many worms inside the water. The worm actually is the bacteria or virus. Nowadays we so call them. So you get the point. So sometimes we don't overuse it. Then you will create trouble for yourself. If let's say you've got a psychic, you go to magnify your body, wow, you look so dirty, maybe you want to commit a suicide. This body is really so dirty. So this overuse is sometimes the guidance of teachers is also important once you go to certain steps. If you got it, I will introduce a good teacher for you. Because if you got this kind of ability, it's all my ability to teach you already. All this, my level, I know where am I. If you got, I have to let other teachers to teach you so that you are more safe in the journey. Okay? All right. Then take a look. This is the point. The rest this kind, all the direct knowledge are mandate, meaning to say that no matter how good your psychic, you will still be in reincarnation. And the worst is, if let's say you have a strong psychic, but you don't have a good kind heart, then it will be very dangerous. For example, this election, I go through the email, the Facebook, a lot of cursing, a lot of scolding. If some of them is our student who samadhi is very good, it will be very dangerous. Usually the cursing can come through because samadhi is so strong, But once the cursing come through, then the result will come back for you. Then you see, I use knife to kill just one knife only. But I got a psychic, I use my mind, I can just let 100 knives to fly out and then to go to kill people, you see. But all the vipaka come back to me. This is the reason why the person learn the psychic within purposely to teach them. They must be with a good kind heart in the first place. And the person with the samadhi, remember that always see the good point first before you go to see the bad point. This is how the metta bhavana works. Because without seeing the good point, you always expose yourself to see the bad part of people, you easily get angry. So seeing the good point sometimes is protect yourself. Once your mind is nourished with the metta, how to say, after the nourishment of the metta, it will prevent you from getting angry by seeing the bad point. Okay, you get the point? So you must be very careful, especially your samadhi is good. If you curse, sure will come through. Very, very terrible. Then all the power come back to you. Then go to curse them. So you must be able to see the good point in the first place. No matter how bad they are, must get the good point one. So you have to talk to me. Because here I teach you all the samadhi, but this election, you just angry, you just curse, then come. I will get frightened. Very terrible also. If that's the case, better you don't go to learn so deep in samadhi. Don't go to learning because the power will be multiplied. The cursing power will multiply with your jhana. If you're easily angry with this topic, better don't go to see. Don't go to see. Don't go to involve yourself. Your anger will make you powerful, very horrible. Okay, get the point? Must be very careful. What?
Should we always bless others?
Sure. If you bless others, the person with the jhana, the blessing also will be multiplied. Then good vipaka will come back multiply in the multiple way. This is true. But I mean, election is a good example. Everybody, it seems like, I don't know whether it's in the wrong perception, it seems like people go crazy already in newspaper. A lot of destroying, a lot of insane activity occur. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Adversary effect, I should translate. Not very normal. Because if you just further it, what we worry is the violence. Riot, R-I-O-T. Riot, we worry for riot. That's what we worry. Stand by. So, okay, I want to buy more rice to keep right, just close the door only. Okay, but let's take a look. The best one is the sixth direct psychic. The sixth direct psychic is the destruction of the things, which is the supramundane. Class, the first 5 psychic is commonly shared by other curves, even those. If after you die, you haven't, let's say you are in the state, in the intermediate, you will possess all 5 jhanas before reincarnation. Because without the barrier of this body, you can just fly wherever you want to go. Without the hindrance of the body, you can hear, you can see whatever you want. You will get a 5 psychic if you are in the intermediate stage before reincarnation. But the final, the 6th direct knowledge, only possessed by meditator, arahant. What we aim is the final one, supramundane, the knowledge of destruction of the things. This is the one, it's the best. This is the psychic, but at the same time, it is the insight also, which means that all your department got. So the psychic number 6 is the best. We should aim for it. So the first number 5, temporarily we just, as a knowledge, enjoy it and forget about it. But if let's say come, you know what happened to you, because somehow I feel that maybe one of you will have this type of inborn tendency. Somehow I feel a little bit. Somehow you are. So you by getting the knowledge, you wouldn't be so surprised if it happened. But sometimes the inborn can be in many ways. Maybe some external information comes. Once your mind is very quiet, it can be possible. Maybe your husband sent some information to you. This is also so psychic one, right? But for you, you all the knowledge, you will be surprised. You by knowing this, you will be surprised. Get the point? Okay. So now we go to the section of assignment. Okay, because we already finished. Okay. So this one assignment. So question number 1: what do you learn from from all these lessons? What do you learn? Okay. You can write on a piece of paper. Okay, at the back I distribute to you, or you want to text on the WhatsApp. Directly WhatsApp to me. What do you learn? Yeah. Up to you. You can just directly text message to me. Okay. So this is the first. Okay. Please read through the whole set. Okay. No, in English. This one the whole. No. I give you the blank paper. Write on the blank paper. Write the back. You can write the back, or you can text me, or up to you. So the fifth question: what do you learn from all these lessons? Okay. Wait, first. Let me finish this. Okay. What do you learn? From all this lesson. Well, you also can digest whole notes and explain me in your own way. This is the best, so that you make me know that you understand what you learn. So this is the first one. Okay. Action. Do you take or plan or any plan? Okay, 2 questions only. What action will you take or any plan in your mind after all this lesson? Okay. Yes, she can. May I help you? Yes, too psychic. Yeah, you should enjoy it.